Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge feedback series, live from our head office in Abuja. Today, our guest is Ruth Ede, the CEO of Scratop, the third prize winner at the recently concluded Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge in Abuja. So, by the way, let me tell you who Ruth is. Ruth is the founder and CEO of Scratop, an agricultural technology startup that uses bio-waste to produce 100% organic and eco-friendly fertilizer. According to Ruth, at Scratop, we promote arable land, waste monetization, and increased food production through our West Agro Synergy. Ruth Ede is a final year student of Micheal Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike in Abia State. She had a distinction in agricultural extension and management from the Federal College of Land Resources Technology, Owerri, Imo State, before she joined the Micheal Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike. She is currently the president of the most decorated debate club in West Africa, the Micheal Okpara University Debate Club, a club which has produced the world's second best public speaker in Malaysia 2018, and also the chairman of the Pan-African Universities Debate Council. Ruth is a published poet, a public speaker, and an author of the book Salient Chapters. Ladies and gentlemen, above all, our guest this afternoon, Ruth, is also okay. For winning one of our star prizes at the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge, Ruth was admitted into our Rebrand Nigeria Ambassadors Hall of Fame. That is a great honor, in respect of the award she won at the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. And we are so grateful this afternoon that Ruth is here to share with us her story, how she made it to the top. This year's edition has been described as one of the toughest editions so far in the history of the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. And as a young lady, a student in the university, we want to know how she made it, what magic she used, and what the secrets behind the successes that she recorded at the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. Now, before I let her begin, before I allow her to talk, the first winner had said in the interview we had a few days ago, she said if she didn't win the competition, that she would have nominated Ruth Ede and her team as the overall winner of the competition. So that means she must have done something that would have given her the top prize, the top award. So this afternoon, Ruth Ede, you're welcome to the show. And I'm sure that your friends are watching. I'm sure that your team members are watching. And I'm sure that the people of Awara, Haji, and Imo State, they want to hear from you this afternoon. You're welcome to the show, Ruth. I've talked about, yes, I've talked about your profile. Did I miss anything? Is there anything that I missed that you want people to know about?
All right, I think it's a little bit personal, but I really enjoy chess and I want to be very good at it. So I'm open to learning anybody that is ready to teach me.
Okay. Very good, very good. So, like she said, she's ready to learn. And she's also ready to give out the knowledge that she has acquired over the years, especially the ones she acquired during the Women Enterprise Challenge. So, guess I'm sure you are ready this afternoon. The young ones there, the young entrepreneurs, I want you to have bring your pen and your papers to write, the insights that you are going to hear from Ruth this afternoon. To getting to the top finals of the Women Enterprise Challenge is not a joke. For having done that, it means she did a lot of work, and that is also why we are taking out this time to celebrate her and to honor her for what she has done. This is a great feat, in the history of Scratop, the business that she is growing as the founder and CEO. So, Ruth, yes, you are the third prize winner. You are the third prize winner. How do you feel about it?
I really feel honored and I really feel blessed about even getting to top three, seeing how tough the competition was. from the boot camp till the point where we had to get to that stage at the finals. It was a really tough one, and I'm so honored and I'm blessed to even be part of the top three out of 400. I am really grateful.
Okay, so you
Okay,
are
so
humbled and you're happy for making it to the top finals. That is excellent. That is excellent, and that's why we are celebrating you. Like I said during the your introduction, you have been admitted into the Hall of Fame of our brand Nigerian ambassadors. That's where we celebrate young Nigerians that are contributing to both national and global development. People that are using their skills, their talents, to solve the problems of the society. And we are happy that uh, check your screen. You are off now. I can't see you. Ruth, can you check your screen and come back, please? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon we are talking with Ruth Ede, the CEO of Scratop, an agricultural technology project or startup that won our third prize at the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. This is not a mean feat, it's something that is worthy of celebration. A young lady in the university that has come this far. That is why we have brought here this afternoon to share with us how she got to where she is today, in the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge, for coming, to the third position out of over 400 young people from across the country that took part in this year's challenge. Ruth made it to the top finalist and became the third prize winner. It's something that we are proud of, and we are celebrating her today. Ruth, are you back?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay. You say you feel so great and humbled about coming tops, during the competition. So as an undergraduate, in the university, Micheal Owerri University of Agriculture, for that matter, how did you get to know about the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge?
Okay, so I got to know about the challenge from Facebook. Second prize winner, Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge last year, Mr. Gift Moneke, he posted it on his group, the Green Era group, part of that group. So when I saw it, I knew, yes, this is something that is worth going for. And then that was how I registered, and I saw that there was a serious competition. It's not just and then people can do anything about it.
Okay. You mean you saw the call for applications in a WhatsApp group or Facebook group? Which one?
A Facebook group, Green Era Technologies on
Okay,
Facebook.
Green Era. That's our second prize winner of last year. Okay, that's correct. That's important. Now, this is also telling us about the importance of networking in this ecosystem. It's important you network with people that are doing what you are doing, so that you can share information and share experiences with each other. This is important. You saw it in a group, share what do you call it, operated by one of our winners in the last year's edition. Correct, correct. That's fine. So this is the first lesson that young people listening to us out there need to learn. Need to learn. It's important to network with other people that are doing things that you are doing, or people that are doing things that you want to do. So it's important you network with them so that you can have information about things that you want to do, and things that you want to learn. Very good, very good. Okay, so from there you applied. So what? Okay, during the application, what was going on in your mind? Can you tell us?
Okay, the first thing that came to my mind during the application was that if gift can host it, that means it's not a political or regional competition, that they will just say, oh, let's pick people based on political or regional um, places where they come from. It's something that is going to be very straightforward and very competitive. And then when I saw that it was from, because when I saw that it was from a political sphere, like I know Honorable Uchewosu a lot, that he's a politician. And then came to my mind the first time was he's not even directly involved in this. That means what we hear about him pushing for youths to be enterprising, for youth to be as true. So I I registered for it with what Gift has already said when he posted it. He said a lot of good things about the competition and how you're not even there to win only, but to also learn the act of business. And I said this is something very important. And that was one of the major reasons why I registered for it.
Okay, okay, very well. I think you should check your microphone or your earphone and make sure that it is well connected. There's no noise. I mean the mic. Oh, yes, so you can use the earphone so that I can hear you very well. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, good. Your voice is more audible. That's fine. Okay, so now I'm interested in the story you are telling us. You know, when you heard about it, did you ask Gift anything about us? Did you ask him?
Uh, Personally, I he posted it. The registration began on the 1st of October.
October.
Yes,
Yes.
1st of October. And then he posted some weeks before 1st of October. And then he said, this is something any entrepreneur should look out for with how he's posted it and being a beneficiary. He said some very amazing things about the competition. So I copied the link, sent it to the group that I belong to also, and then I decided to register. At the point of registration, with the questions that were asked during the registration, if I can remember vividly, you talk about the business, you talk about impact, you talk about a lot of things. I felt no, this is non-Nigerian. Like normal Nigerian competitions will not get this kind of details from competitors. And then when I found out that we have up to 400 people that we are in, I really felt it was highly competitive and it's not something that anybody can be thrown away or you be if you're not competent enough, you can just win from anywhere. So I felt it was something to learn from and something to go into.
Okay, there's something you said. Sorry, you said when you saw the type of questions that were being asked, you said, "Oh, this is non-Nigerian thing." So, what are what? What made you think is not a Nigerian thing?
Okay, firstly, I've competed in some other competitions before now with my team. The Halt Prize competition was one of the major competitions we've done, and we know the stress that it takes to fill a form for business challenges that are giving grants. But if you there are some other ones you feel in Nigeria, they don't ask you for so much details and you don't have to give up so much information. But when I saw the Goomba form, it was looking like halt. It was looking like something like an international organization putting a competition together. I had the international feel from the form, from filling the form already. And then when I heard there was going to be a boot camp, I knew no, this boot camp is going to be amazing. And really I had to give my best in filling the form. Only filling the form. I started working hard to fill a form. Not talk of then the boot camp and competitions properly.
Okay, okay, very well. I'm so excited, you know, to hear that right from the application stage, the form application stage, you were convinced that this is going to work. This is not a childish play, or it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't a childish play, and it wasn't, like the normal thing that Nigerians do. You saw international standard and you saw of something professional. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. So this is also a validation that our model is professional. I like that. I like that. Gift, where are you? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing. You know, from the first stage when she went to fill the form, she saw something amazing, unlike what she's used to. So that gave her confidence that this is not going to be. It's not going to be political. It's not going to be religious or tribal. You know, so that gave her confidence to go ahead and join the competition. It's interesting, really interesting. So this is something remarkable, and we want the young people listening to us out there to know about this. We are non-religious, we are non-tribal, we are non-political. This is purely on merit. and the motive is to empower young people with leadership and enterprise development skills that they need to become successful in their chosen careers. We're not looking at where you are coming from or where you come from. We're not looking at your religion. We are only interested in the idea that you are putting forward, the ideas that have the capacity to solve problems of the society. These are the things that we are concerned about. And I'm happy that from the onset, Ruth saw this and she keyed into it. And today, she went home with a third prize of 500,000 naira from the Ugwumba Center for Leadership Development in Africa. This is something worthy of commendation and worthy of celebration. Ruth, we are waiting for you. Are you still there so that we can continue with the discussion? Okay, before she comes on board, let me. Okay, we have some guests watching. Okay, Treasure David, thank you, Treasure David, for joining us. This is a great bio from Ruth Ede. Thank you so much. And then I have another guest, Chinenye Ihanye. Chinenye Ihanye, good. You said this is great. Great bio from Ruth Ede and great inspiring and encouraging words from her. It's something that is highly educative. Her own story is encouraging and educative. She came from nowhere. She didn't know us from anywhere. But here today, she made it to the finals and she won one of our star prizes. Ruth, we are still waiting for you. Where are you? I hope your network will not spoil the show this afternoon. It's been amazing so far. Ruth, are you back? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge, the feedback series. We are still talking to our winners, the participants, resource persons, and then we want to share their experiences and what made the 2020 edition a remarkable success. Ruth, are you back?
Yes, I am. I am back. I'm sorry.
That thing that is taking you away, I command it to stop in Jesus' name. Okay,
Amen.
are you here? Are you here now?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
here
okay,
now.
good, good. I like the what do you call it? The story, the experiences you are sharing. These are going to impact in the lives of a whole lot of people. So that's why we are celebrating you. So let's continue. Now let's talk about Scratop. Scratop. What prompted the founding of your business, the Scratop? What values are you going to add to the Nigerian economy with your business?
All right. Scratop is a social enterprise that was the business came out of the need to create a bold business for a better planet. We came as a team to get a business that does not just make profit, but that can help society to become better. And as people in agriculture, we decided that there is a very large there's a thin line between bio waste and agriculture that needs to be glued together. Like we don't need that difference anymore. And seeing that bio waste is just everywhere and causing a nuisance in society, people pass through streets where waste is on the road and they cover their nose because of what they see and what they perceive. We decided to go into creating organic fertilizer from this waste and making sure that the society gets better, making sure that organic fertilizer becomes cheaper for people in society. You can access it, things we are producing locally. You don't need to wait for the importation from any country. You don't need to wait for anything. You just need to buy locally from your home people. And that is one of the things, the major thing that Scratop is doing, apart from ensuring that we sensitize people about how to handle and manage their waste and how to monetize waste in today's world. So this is like the major thing we are doing. But for the economy of Nigeria, we think that farmers, especially that produce a large quantity of waste. I know where I come from in Ohajebema, you get a particular family, because that's the major occupation, which is farming, and produce more than 200 kilogram of um, peels, cassava peels in like a week, some in 4 days. ranging to 1,000. Every family has their own dump sites for cassava peels, for corn peels, and all these other peels. And these things are things that can help, like if they can sell it, it will help them gain an additional source of income. And that was one of the reasons why we felt if we monetize this bio waste, farmers can earn more from that, and they can even use it to better their lives. And everybody will stop blaming Nigeria for not giving us this and that, while we import things that we can produce ourselves, especially when we have the resources to produce these things. And we feel that when Scratop becomes that major fertilizer producing company that we are building it to be, we'll have a better economy. We'll be paying very big tax to the economy. People will be earning more from their waste, from their bio waste, and then society becomes a better place and a healthier place to live in, since we will not have to go through the seeing waste on the streets just as we do in society presently.
Wow. Okay, so you mean that you are helping farmers to also earn income from the waste that they produce, right?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. So that's an additional source of income for farmers. You know, when they make money from the produce, they also make money from their waste. Good. Now, okay, good. I'm happy that you come from the same area with me, Ohaji Ebima local government. Now, when you heard I am from Ohaji Ebima local government, how did you feel about it?
When I heard you were from Ohajebima, I never knew that you were from Ohajebima at all. I was shocked, and I even had to find out at when we went to the Ministry of Trade and Investment to see the Honorable Minister, the Federal Minister for Trade and Investment. And then I heard, Saremi Chukwunyere is from Ohajebima. I was like, all this why I've been with my brother and I don't even know. That was why I ran out and came to give you a hug, because it was a big surprise for me. I still have those pictures and I cannot post them because I was laughing so much. It was so informal that I I was shocked. I was so shocked. And if this was tribal, anybody listening to me should take notes. This is not tribal at all. If it was tribal, Saremi would have given me first. If he knew I was his sister, at least I'll be in 1 million naira right now. But it is not tribal. You don't even know who is from where and who is who. The judges till now, I don't even know them. That day was the first day I met them. It's not a tribal game or competition at all. It's based on competence, it's based on what you can give and what you have. And that is how the competition is. So if you're there and you're thinking 2021 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge, make sure you're gymming up for it. It's not going to be as easy as you think. It's a tough ride, but it's worth it.
Thank you so much. I had to bring that up because I'm so happy that someone from my local government, made it to the tops. This is the first time I was having someone very close, someone from my place, coming to first, second, third, even fifth position during the enterprise challenge. This is highly remarkable. I was excited. No, but the truth is that I was also happy that I didn't know you, so that people wouldn't say it was because of a relationship coming from my local government that was why you were favored. Thank God I didn't know you. We met for the first time at the competition, at the grand finale. That was the first time we met. I think that was even the first time we had to speak.
Yeah.
Yes, I've never spoken with you before, even chatted with you. So I'm happy what you just said. It's not about tribe, it's not about religion, it's not political. We are doing it on merit. She got to where she is today because she merited it. Just like Biliki Sugaruba said, if she was asked to nominate a winner, an overall winner, she said she would have gone for Ruth Ede because that she was challenged and threatened by the type of business Ruth pitched, before the audience and the panel of judges. It's highly remarkable and interesting. So I am happy she's from my place, and I declare boldly that we love her. She has made us proud. This is the first time that someone from Ohajibima is coming this far in this challenge. We are doing well in other spheres of life, but for Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge, which is we pride it as one of the most successful impact investment programs in Nigeria. This is the first time I am having someone very close to me from my local government to make it to the tops. I am so happy. I'm so proud of you, Ruth Ede. So let's continue with the discussion. Let's continue with the discussion. Okay, now you were very active during the boot camp that lasted for almost 2 weeks. Good. So, did you learn anything? Did you learn anything that? Did you learn any new thing or new skills? During the boot camp, and how are they going to help you in growing your business?
The boot camp was loaded from the beginning when um, I cannot remember his name vividly. He talked about entrepreneurship, introducing us to what entrepreneurship means. At some point, I was like, oh, I've not even seen it from this light before. And then we moved to different sections, but clearly I learned a lot from the act of entrepreneurship, and then moving into ideation and pitching techniques. It helped me to redo my video pitch. Even on the stage, I was still thinking back to what Mrs. Lois Peters said about pitching techniques, and how she talked about you presenting your idea in such a way that the people that you're to saying these ideas to can relate to what you're saying. They can say, oh, so this is how this affects me as an individual. Because if you cannot pitch your idea, there's no way you can convince another individual that what you're doing is important. And this was one of the major things I learned. And then for design thinking is another very, very important thing that I learned from that boot camp. How you how you strategize, how you push forth your idea, how you program your idea and your business. In fact, an idea is even different from a business. From that camp, I had to learn that you can have a beautiful idea, but making it a business is something different. Business is an art, is something that you learn to do, and it was really, really amazing. Every or Internet of Things
Okay, okay. Are you there?
Internet of
Okay,
Things, no matter what you're
okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, we have lost.
Internet of Things. That was where I stopped. Can you hear me?
Check your microphone and check your microphone. There's noise. Okay, go ahead. Let's say something. Let me hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I cannot hear you, sir.
Go ahead. Say something. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. So sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're having issues with Gift. Sorry, Ruth there, and I'm sure trying to fix it up. Okay. Okay. Let me see if. Okay. Talk now. Let me hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay. Good. Better. 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 Yes. So continue with what you were saying.
I was talking about Internet of Things, and I said I felt that because I'm doing something that so many young people are not really involved in, and it's not really important to build my internet audience. But after going through that section on Internet of Things, I found out that even agriculture has a place in the internet. Even if your direct target market is not in the internet, you have people who want to take it to them in the internet. And this is one of the things, the benefits I've gotten with the video pitch going out. A lot of people have been reaching out from the internet, young people that are into supply of agro products in Nigeria, and they want to partner with Scratop and send our products all over the country where they have supply chains. And it's making the work easier for us, as we just have to focus on production and focus on maintaining quality of our product and fixing other production issues, and we don't have to worry about sending things into the society. So I feel that the boot camp has a lot of benefits. You know that your business have a place. You know how to channel what you're doing into reaching the people you have to reach, and it was really, really, really educating.
Wow, wow. So I'm happy about that. So, hello,
I can hear you
hello.
clearly, sir.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that the boot camp impacted so much in your life. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Your network is breaking from.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay, good. Now I'm happy that the boot camp impacted in your life so much and in that of your business, and that is something another takeaway for most young people that are listening to us now. When you talk about this learning thing, especially when it is online, some people tell you that I don't have data, I don't have money for credit. How will I join the live session online? So they think it's not important, or maybe that they don't have to spend the money to buy data to do that. So, but here you are, you're telling us how, what you learned from the various courses that were delivered online and how you have benefited from them. This is another takeaway for anyone listening to us this afternoon. From wherever you are that you join us from, on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are listening to us, I want you to be very attentive because of the things you're going to learn from this discussion this afternoon with Ruth Ede, the CEO of Scratop. CEO of Scratop. Now, this is an amazing startup that she has founded, converting biowaste into 100% organic fertilizer. 100% organic fertilizer with so many health benefits and a lot of other things that maybe we are going to talk about later as we move on. Okay, so Ruth, during the course of this enterprise challenge that lasted for about 2 months from October to December. Now, I want you to tell us what kept you moving on. Was there any point that you wanted to quit?
First off, I was there were points where I felt I was not going to continue. I cannot I cannot say I was not discouraged at some point, but the process the organizers made it. I would have missed out a lot from the boot camp where I got all the preparations that made me get to this stage. If not for how you can really go back if you have network issues and all that, to go and visit the videos and take notes, and then the PDF file. When I saw that it was online, and there was no way my network can be always steady, I felt if I don't learn anything, then how am I going to teach my idea the way that this academy wants it to look like? But with the encouragement from the organizers, I was able to go back, and people on the group, amazing entrepreneurs, they were dropping notes, and people were sharing what they've learned and so forth. So I was encouraged from that point to keep pushing on and to continue. This will always talk about collaboration for the goal. It was really helpful in ensuring, and some other persons, they were always posting notes for some of us that were not being able to, that were having network issues, had to go back. So after reading notes, seeing PDF documents, go back, I was so encouraged. I felt I was already in school, in a business school, and it made me continue. And then it was time to travel and all that, travel expenses, traveling at the December period. But as God may have it, there was a source and there was a way to go about it. And I'm so happy that everything came out well. But if it was discouragement, there were financial constraints, there were technical constraints, but God was there, and with the encouragement from every other person around, I was able to go on.
Wow, thank you so much. I think that makes you an entrepreneur because entrepreneurs have one important spirit, the spirit of resilience. spirit of resilience. They don't quit. They have guts to get involved in whatever they think that is going to work. So this is something, another lesson for young people listening to us this afternoon. That resilience is an important skill or attribute of of an entrepreneur. She was resilient even when she had some financial constraints. She was resilient even when she had some technical hitches. Now, but the good thing about this is that we structured the enterprise challenge in a way that even during the boot camp, you can go back to study what was delivered by any of the facilitators. You can go back, even now, you can still go back to look at the materials that were uploaded. We don't use platforms where after the meeting everything vanishes. We use platforms that you can always go back to and look at the materials that were used, even the videos that were used. You can watch them all over and all over again to continue learning. So we prepared very well to achieve the goals that we set out to achieve for ourselves and for the beneficiaries of this program. So I'm happy that there was a time you wanted to quit, but because of that resilience spirit that you have, you didn't let go. This is something interesting, and I'm happy to know about it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have some people that are watching us from their own corner, so I want to share. Okay, this is from Chiedo Oluchi. Chiedo Oluchi said, "This is an amazing conversation with Ruth Ede this afternoon." Then I have Sammy Abweze. Sammy Abweze, oh, he's saying gift is our own. Wonderful. Okay, I have Debbie Ibezim. He's also saying, or she's saying, this is amazing. Amazing revelations from Gift and from Ruth Ede this afternoon. This is also from Chinenye Ihani. He said, we have great brains in this country. Wonderful. Great brains in this country. I never knew that this platform exists in this country. I'm really impressed and I'm tempted to compete next year. Chinenye Ihani, you're welcome. You're welcome. So long as you remain, connected with us on our social media handles, you will certainly know when the applications are open, when the portal is open for you to apply. Okay, I need details about this organization, like where it is located and details on how to register for the competition and all the requirements. All of these will be released to you in due course. But meanwhile, if you want to, okay, for what's his name? For Chinenye. Now let me show you where you can get us, where you can get us is not far-fetched. If you want to know more about us, just quickly go to okay, just quickly go to Ugwumba Enterprise. See the screen, see the okay, good. Okay, www.ugwumbaleaders.org, and yes, www.ugwumbaleaders.org, facebook.com/ugwumbaleaders, twitter.com/ugwumbaleaders. So these and more other platforms on social media, that's where you can have information about us. And then when the call for application for next year is open, you will also get to know. So get connected with us on social media. You will be able to apply and be part of the competition next year. Okay, good. Let me take you to another level. Gift. Apart from Bilikis Ugarba and yourself, who else would you have recommended for the overall star prize, and why?
This is a big question. I don't know. I don't.
Are you there? Oh, are you dodging the question? Hello, Ruth. Okay, okay. Let me bring you back. So, Ruth. Okay, so apart from Bilkis Ugarba, the overall winner, and yourself, who else would you have nominated or recommended for the overall prize winner? Prize.
Ah, this is difficult. So difficult. I know I had some fears when I met some people who were at the boot camp, I was like, oh, this business is so great and all that. But all the 20 startups were amazing, especially the tech startups. They were so amazing. I don't know who to choose as the first position. I felt the judges were in a very serious position for them to be able to make those choices they made, and made the choices they made, because we had amazing startups at the finals especially. But if I would say, I really cannot pick out one of the anybody. I can't. I don't know who. I don't know who.
Maybe
I really don't.
I'll give you 5 minutes before I come back to this question because we want to know who you would have recommended if you were not the one and not Bilikisu. I will give you 5 minutes to come back here. I agree.
Who would I recommend? So you saw them. You saw those startups that they were great.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Okay, don't worry.
If
Don't worry. I give you 5 minutes to think about it. I give you 5 minutes and I'll come back to this question because it's important. We want to know the one that challenged you, that threatened your chances of becoming the even the overall winner yourself. So or the top prize that you want. So we want to know that particular pitch or business idea or founder that challenged you so much that threatened you. Just like Billy Kisu confessed, she said that she was threatened by Ruth Ede and her team. So we want to hear from you. Who threatened you? Who threatened your chances of going home with one of the star prizes? No, don't worry. I will allow you. You want to say it now?
okay, let me just say, I'm not going to pronounce his name because of the because of mispronunciation, but he was this medical doctor that was pitching about an online medic care.
Okay, that's
Yen
Yen Express. Yen Express.
Yen
Daburak. Fanquat Daburak. Woo!
Yen Yen Express. His
Fanquat
startup.
Daburak.
Personally, I would like to invest in Yen Express because I really see a lot of benefits from that organization. Apart from Bilkisu, actually, Bilkisu came and blew everywhere up, and everybody was like, okay, let's see what happens after now. And apart from her, I feel Yen Express is an amazing startup, and Dabra, the CEO, should not give up on that. It's a great idea.
Hmm. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'm happy to hear that you were challenged by Yen Express from Fanquat Daburak. Fanquat Daburak. Ladies and gentlemen, Yen Express is a health technology that connects service providers and the people who need medical attention or medical care. They connect them with pharmacists, doctors, and all of that, making it easier to access medication and the healthcare, around the country. That's what the startup does. And okay, and the truth is that the Yan Express came after Ruth in the fourth. He is the fourth position after Ruth. You can imagine, that's interesting. So, and I'm sure that we are going to feature Daburak in the subsequent editions of this feedback series, so that he can also share with us and tell us who threatened his own chances of, uh, of winning the competition. And I'm happy for this interesting conversation. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are still on the show feedback series from the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. And today, our guest is no other than Ruth Ede, the young lady from Imo State, from our community, Yohaji Emema, my local government, that won the third prize at the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. Is something to celebrate. A young lady in the university and is coming up with an idea that is going to, become one of the things to be celebrated around the country and around the world. Thank you so much for being part of the show. So we are going forward. Now, Ruth, let me ask you, as a founder of Scratop, have you ever participated in a grand competition like the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge before?
Okay, yes, the startup team competed for Hot Prize 2020, and we made it to the Nairobi regionals. regional competition at Nairobi after winning on campus, and then we got Nairobi regionals. But we were not able to continue. We were dropped at that point. So we did not personally we did not have to go through the accelerator, which is like the boot camp, to get these lessons. And that is one of the reasons why I'm so thankful to Ugwumba Academy for passing us through an accelerator program, a boot camp, even before going for any final event. It was really amazing for all of us, and that was one of the major ones we've gone through. That that looks like Ugwumba. Others were just register and give just come and pitch what you have, and then they choose. There was no boot camp for anybody.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, just like I said before when we started, I said we carefully developed this model, to make it stand out from other such challenges that you see around Nigeria and within the African continent. There are some other big names that even had to copy our model. They don't do physical live pitching, but when they saw our own that our own model, is very successful and producing some of the best entrepreneurs, they had to introduce live and physical pitching. So it's something remarkable, and I'm happy that Ruth Ede has also confirmed it that our model is one of the best, because she had to pass through an accelerator program, that's the boot camp, where they are equipped with important skills, important business development skills that they need to even manage the money that they are competing for. It's not just giving them money based on the applications that they submit. You also need to equip them with skills that they need to manage the money if peradventure they win the prizes. So this is a model that we have carefully, developed to see how we can empower some people that did not win the prizes. We have had them say that what they learned from the boot camp, was enough to keep them running with the visions and the ideas that they have. Some of them even said the knowledge and the skill they acquired, were worth more than the money that they were gunning for. So this is something that is interesting, and we're happy that we equip the young people with the skills, and then we also equip them with the startup grants that they need, to move forward and scale up their ideas. That's wonderful. So, Gift, sorry, I don't know why I call you Gift all the time. Okay, Ruth Ede, the CEO of Scratop. Now, let me ask you, what is the greatest impact of the enterprise challenge in your life and in your business? What can you say is the highest impact or the greatest impact that we have made in your life and in your business?
The greatest impact, I cannot say the money is not part of it, but I think the publicity of the attention the business is getting is one of the greatest. Because if you start a business with your money and everything and nobody knows about the business, marketing and sales, you have to go through a lot to push that business into society. But Ugwumba has the Ugwumba Academy and the Enterprise Challenge has made the business known, not just nationally, but also internationally. I was so excited seeing feedback from our partners outside the country, the Ugwumba partners outside the country, commending the businesses. So it's the attention, the how the business is going global, and how people are coming to know what we are doing is one of the major impacts that I think the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge has given to us.
Okay, thank you so much. We take pride in showcasing our beneficiaries, who we call Ugwumba Fellows, because we are sure that we have prepared them before we declare you a fellow of Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. We are sure that you have been empowered, to meet global challenges, or the global competitions around the world. Like it is written in our mission statement. We said, we are here to equip young people with leadership and enterprise development skills that they need to compete favorably with others at the global stage. So these are the things that inform why the model of the Women Enterprise Challenge is structured in this manner. We are not limited, here. We want to conquer the global market. And for us to do that, we are networking with partners from around the world to make sure that as we identify young people, young entrepreneurs from Nigeria and from the African continent, we expose them to opportunities at the global level, at the global stage, because we don't want it to become local players. We want it to become players at the global stage. So that is what we are doing. And by the grace of God, our partners from the UK, from the US, they are networking with investors that are interested in all the businesses that participated in the Enterprise Challenge this year. And so we are looking forward to the next steps, which will be putting money in your businesses to make sure that you scale up and begin to, solve the problems of the society, like that your businesses are designed to solve. Okay, now the next question I have for you, Ruth, is your business Scratop registered in Nigeria, and where do you hope that to see your business in the next 5 years?
We've already started the registration process. We are registering as a limited liability company, and then we're findings for investors, for investment, for intellectual property, and every other thing that I learned from the boot camp, making sure we put those things in place, registering the intellectual property and making sure that we own it for as long as the business continues. And I think that's what is happening now. We're working with a legal firm that is seeing us through these processes so that we can, because we really need investors to be able to invest into the business. But in the next 5 years, in the next 5 years, startup, I see Scratop as a company that will be utilizing not less than 2,000 tons of bio waste every month, and will be able to sell more than 20,000 bags of fertilizer in every 3 months. That's where I see Scratop in the next 5 years, and we should be able to have a very good factory and a production site that will make us handle waste less, because as it is right now, we'll still be the ones doing major handling of the waste and the processing. But in the next 5 years, I see an automated factory that we can that can enable us handle waste less, and for us to be able to produce, because we'll be using less of manpower and more machines.
Very
By 5
interesting.
also be able to start exporting to at least 2 or 3 African countries, sending the fertilizer out of Nigeria. That means we have conquered the Nigerian market to at least 50%.
Very interesting. That's very interesting. I'm happy that you are envisioning into the future, and you have set wonderful goals for your company. And that's interesting. You said in the next 5 years, you are looking at okay, turning about 2,000 tons of bio waste every month, right?
Yes, every month.
2,000 tons of that means
So
for you to acquire 2,000 tons of waste, it means you have also given money to the farmers, right? Households and farmers.
yes, we have that in place. We already have an app already. What's remaining is to launch it for people to sell their waste to us. That was one of the things we've done. We have the app, the Scratop Waste app. We've not
Mm.
launched it yet. We are waiting for resources so that people can sign up with us as waste collectors. They know what we want is bio waste. So as much waste as you have, you can sell to us. We're also going through the manual means of getting waste from already established waste collectors in the country, and all that. But we should be able to get at least 2,000 tons, if not in a month, in 3 months, for production, so that we can have a lot of raw materials for production. So yes.
Yeah, what I mean is, yeah, that's interesting. What I'm saying is that now you are also helping farmers and households to make money because the waste that you are collecting, you are paying money for them, right?
Yes, we'll be paying for the waste. We're monetizing waste. We feel that's the only way for waste to be seen as wealth. If you don't incentivize people to sell their waste or to keep their waste for people to come and buy from them, there is no way. People will still discard it. But when your neighbor tells you, you're throwing away this, if you pack it and it's up to 10 kg, it's about 15 naira or 100 naira, you like, okay, I have to keep this waste and sell it maybe on Saturday or on Friday, any day our waste collectors come around. And that's why it's not as if we're paying a lot, but we're incentivizing, we're putting value on it as from the level we are right now, looking at
So
what we want to.
that's correct. That's correct. That's correct because it will help in okay, in yeah, some people they just dispose their waste randomly and in the wrong places. So if they know that at day some people will come to collect it for a token, I think that will make sure that they don't dispose waste on the roads, on the streets, and at random, in the way they do today. So it's also helping to protect the environment and a whole lot of other factors that that waste has done in the society, especially the non-biodegradable waste, plastics and all of that. So it will make for more meaningful disposal of waste. This is an added value to the system and is also encouraging. Very good. So in the next 5 years, you also want to own an automated system that will help in the conversion of the waste and other stuff like that. Very interesting. So now let me ask you. That takes us to the next question. We have looked at your goal or your plan for the next 5 years. So are you ready for investment? If I come to put money in your business, are you ready to take the money? And then how do you ensure that I get my money back, return on investment? So let's talk about it.
Okay, for investors right now, we we are already on the process for on making things, putting things in place so that our investors do not just come and then see us without nothing. That's why we are putting legal bindings in place, and that's part of what we are working on investors and what they get in return, how many percent you get at what amount you in the amount you're investing in, and how much you're going to get from those investments. Those things are being in place, and as soon as we are ready, we're going to make it known to everybody. But for now, we're only looking for angel grants and angel investors that can help us grow the business to a point where we are strong and stable enough. But um, that's all we have for now. For investing and getting returns, we'll be open, but presently we are not open for that kind of massive investments. We want to be able to grow what we have now and um, get a kind of standing so that anybody investing will be assured of profits.
Okay, very good. You just reminded me of the term angel investors or angel investment. And that's what we are. We're Ugwumba Center for Leadership Development in Africa. We come to young people, young entrepreneurs and innovators in Nigeria as angel investors. Because for us, we know that there are so many young people doing big things out there in their local communities, in their own rural areas, but they are not known to the people. They are not to know. They are not known to the government. So we come to them to help them, begin to launch out these ideas so that they can. They will now qualify for investments from the equity investors and even to be able to access loans from development banks and even commercial banks. So that is what we do. We come as angel investors so that at the end of the day, these young people, their ideas will not die with them. So that's what we are trying to do. We want to make sure that every wonderful idea that is being what do you call it, that is being that is being nurtured by anyone anywhere in Nigeria, we try to come and give them, a lifting to be able to get it to a point where it can attract investments, either from equity investors or even loans from commercial banks or development banks. So that's what we are doing. So we see ourselves as angel investors, and that is why most of the people that have participated in the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge, their testimonies have always been, if I didn't come in contact with the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge, I don't know what my business would have been, where it would have been today. So that is the story from most of the people that we have encountered. So, and that is what keeps us moving. That's what keeps us, doing more for Nigerian youth. And going forward, we are also going to reach the African continent, in the future. So, what we are trying to do is we want to make sure that whatever little thing you are doing that is what being celebrated, we want to make sure that you realize those ideas to the point where the government can even come in to put money in it, or the investors can also come to put money. Just like, if the idea is still in your head, nobody will want to put money into it. Even your brothers, even your sisters, even your parents, they will not put money in an idea that is still in your head. But by the time the idea it becomes something that they can see, it becomes something that they can appreciate, people will come to put their money in it. So that's what we are doing. Whether your idea is in your head, we are interested in it. Whether it is something that you have already launched out, we're interested in it to make sure that we give you the leverage that you need to get notice and then access bigger support. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with Ruth Ede, the CEO of Scratop, that wonderful agri-technology project that won our third prize at the 2020 Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge this year. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been wonderful talking with Ruth, and I'm sure you have learned a lot. There are so many takeaways for young people out there, and I'm sure that they have also noted all these important insights that we have raised in this conversation. Now, let me take you on this other thing, Ruth. Nigerian youths are usually seen as lazy youths, lazy people. Is it the truth? Are Nigerian
Nigerian
youths lazy?
Nigerian youths are not lazy. I don't agree to that narrative, and I don't ponder to it at all. Nigerian youths are not lazy youths. If you go out to the of streets and you see what young people are doing, you will know we have a lot of we have an economy that can be bigger than America if we have more of Honorable Ugwumba Uche in society looking out for young people to invest in. We have a lot of enterprises. We have a lot of people struggling with their ideas, just like Scratop has been, and looking out to international organizations, angel investors outside the country. And most of them, they cannot trace us back to our origin. They don't know us. If I say I'm from Ohajebema to an American man, what he sees is something different from what Honorable Uche Wonsu will see, and some different from what Sir Remy will see when I talk about it. But because they can relate to what we go through, they know that a young lady from Ohajebema is going through this, and this, unlike what the white man can just read from Wikipedia. Young Nigerian youths are going through a lot with their ideas, and they just need a booster. They need somebody to bring them up, help them get to what they want to. Because most of us, our parents like what we are doing, but our parents they don't have what it takes. They don't have the fund. They don't have the money to push these ideas into society. And most of them are struggling alone. And that's why some people feel that they are lazy. But if you go out there, see what they are doing when they are in the country and outside the country too, you will know that Nigerian youths are not lazy. What we lack is the opportunity. And that is why it's as if they are forcing it into the face of the government through both violence and not violent means. And that is why it's as if they are pushing it into the faces of organizations. They are going through any means to make sure that they are known and they are seen and they are noticed, at least in society. But for laziness, Nigerian youths are not lazy at all. I don't agree to that part. I'm a Nigerian youth. I know what I've gone through to get to this point. I know if I did not win this grant, I know how much debt it would have been on me, and school will resume by next year, and I'll be carrying those debts back to school, looking for how to pay. That means I'll be going to school and also doing a part-time job, or still trying to get grants for my business. So Nigerian youths are not lazy people. We are pushing for a future. We're pushing for a society that we can be proud of, and we want a life for ourselves. We just need the opportunities. And I'll be 100% grateful to the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge and the Ugwumba Center for Leadership in Africa, Ugwumba, everything that Ugwumba has done, because the limelight they've brought Scratop to is something that even 500,000 cannot take us to that place. And they still give us this grant to start up with the little, with what we can do with it. So we are really grateful, and we feel Nigerian youths are not lazy and they just need opportunities. Thank you.
Okay, agreed. Nigerian youths are not lazy. I am happy about that. Nigerian youths are not lazy. Now, maybe I want to still talk about it because I wonder why, despite all the huge investments that the government is making, to support youth-led SMEs and startups, we still have a whole lot of young people that are still on the streets without jobs, doing nothing, doing nothing. So I want to know why. Why is it so? Young people, they are talented, they have skills, but they are busy looking for jobs. They are busy looking for paid jobs. They are not thinking the way you are thinking. They are not getting involved in innovative business ideas and trying to, put them together. Why is this so? And you are telling us that Nigerian youths are not lazy. So I want us to balance the two of them. I want to be sure this is true. I want to be sure. So let's have your take on this again.
As much as we have youths in Nigeria who at some point are giving up on their dreams and are trying to make it at in any way and anyhow, I feel we still have youths who still hold up to what they want to do in society, and youths who want to better their life the right way and who are thinking well. Government is investing. I remember sitting at the grand final of the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge and listening to the discussion by some individuals from various parastatals, both government and private parastatals, and they were talking about how much investment that government is investing into billions of naira. And everybody is shocked because people even ask questions. We don't know about these things. Where are these things happening? When do they happen? We are online. We are not seeing these kind of opportunities. What is happening? Are they being hoarded? And most of the youths, they don't really still believe in the process. That is another thing. You go through the processes and maybe it becomes politicized and you get nothing after investing so much. And I think that is one of the major reasons why some youths, it's as if they've given up on what the government has to give, and they are going their own ways to get these things. So I feel if the government can adopt what the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge is doing and have it sectionalized, maybe in regions, have it sectionalized in states, you have more opportunities. You have people grabbing the opportunities more than when it is left there, and then we don't know who we can hold responsible. We don't know who we can reach directly and all that. So I feel we need better strategies to getting these youths, and we need to be assured of a transparent and a better process. Not you give your time, you give your resources, and at some point you don't get the value that you came for. I feel that's one of the things discouraging the youth, and that's one of the things making it look as if the ones that want to go through the government or struggle for this thing are not going for it.
Okay, so you still maintain that it is not true that Nigerians youths are lazy. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I maintain that fact.
Okay, very good. I am happy that you remain in that line of argument that Nigerian youths are not lazy. That is correct, and I appreciate that. Now, but the truth is that more of young people in Nigeria should begin to look inwards. There are so much that they are endowed with, that they can transform into business ventures, instead of running about looking for jobs, running about looking for politicians that they can turn as they are, become their talks and all of that. So I believe, and that is also why this scheme was established, to see how we can help these young people turn their ideas, their skills into business ventures so that they can create jobs for themselves. So because this is a job creation program that the Ugwumba Enterprise, Ugwumba Center for Leadership Development in Africa, designed to see how we can support the government in reducing the unemployment crisis in the country. I'm happy that you have continued to, affirm that Nigerian youths are not lazy. So the thing they need to do is learn from successful entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs like you and Gift and others that we have mentioned, and begin to do similar things that they have done so that they can leave the streets and begin to, do things that are more useful to themselves and to the society. I am happy that we are discussing this afternoon. Thank you so much, Ruth, for being sincere with your with your answers and with your contributions, in this conversation. Now, it's about 10 minutes behind. We almost one. We almost be what do you call it? We are taking the time longer than expected. Now, before I let you go, you are already an emerging CEO. You are becoming, or you're already a CEO of a business. Now, like we just talked about, Nigerian youth who depend on the government for employment. What advice do you have for them? You are a student and you have developed a startup that is about to grow into a business. So we want to know, what is your advice to other young people, students that are waiting for the government, for jobs when they leave school? What is your advice for them?
Okay, I I will advise that as you as you go forth to get a degree, also look inwards to look at what you can add to society and monetize it. Monetize that skill, monetize that thing you can do very well. Look inwards. There's everybody has um something they can do that will earn them a living. Look for a way to help the government. There are individuals that the governments borrow from, that governments borrow from. Be that individual. Look for a way to make yourself somebody that can the government will depend on, and not you depending on the government. And it starts from becoming the best at what you do, monetizing your skills, and then not looking for the bad ways to make the money, and not looking for instant gratification. The growth process may be very tough and may be very, very unhealthy. You don't want to go through it. But immediately you grow, you become a very big tree that people come under and then and become a shade to others. And that's why I advise that as a young entrepreneur that has a business, that has a business idea, that have something that you want to give to society, learn how to make that idea a business, learn how to earn from it, and start pushing it into society. Apply for grants, seek help from other people who have gone through those processes, network with individuals, don't hide in your own corner, and make sure that you go as much as out as you can go. Go out and get those skills if you don't have them yet, the skills that will help that business or that thing you want to do thrive. Go out there, get those skills, and start working towards it. You don't have to wait for the government to begin something. You don't have to wait for anybody. When you start, you will see people to help you. That is what this grant I've won right now has shown me. The person that does not begin does not have anybody that knows him or her. But when you begin, people start referring you to things that can help you. And as you continue, you start getting some more than what you would have gotten from the government. So I encourage every one of us to build capacity around ourselves and try to become better, because you can only become better if you want to. Don't depend on the government. Don't depend on anybody. Start as small as you can, and that's the way up.
Thank you so much. Don't depend on the government. That is the word that I have been waiting for, all this while. I've been waiting for you to say this. The young people in Nigeria should not depend on the government for everything. The entitlement mentality is the reason why we are where we are today. Everybody depends on the government for free education. We depend on the government for even scholarships, even welfare packages, bursary allowances. What do you call it? Everything will depend on the government, but it's not working. That is why we need to, change the narrative and begin to look inwards and see what we can do for ourselves. Ruth has been like you can see, she won the star prize. She didn't start today. She won the third star prize. She didn't start today. She started somewhere we didn't even know about it. And look at where she is today. She came and she won our prize. And by the grace of God, in the coming years, we are going to move her to a higher level so that when she begins to tell her story, it will amaze everyone that hears it. So that is the way to go. Don't depend on the government for everything. Don't even depend on your parents for everything. There are some things you can do for yourselves. And then she talked about personal development. Build your capacities. You don't wait. Even in school, there are capacities the school cannot build for yourself, for you. There are things that are not taught in the school. There are things you must learn outside of the school. The school system is not structured to teach us how to make money or how to become successful in life. They only focus on the courses that are designed, to be proud. You maybe as a medical doctor, as a lawyer, and when you finish, you go around looking for a job and start all over afresh. So the truth is, build your capacity, develop yourself, and the world will celebrate you one day. Thank you so much for this inspiring and highly educative interaction that we have had with you this afternoon. It's been the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge feedback series, and our guest has been Ruth Ede, the CEO of Scratop, the agri technology that turns bio-waste into 100% organic fertilizer, and that is also eco-friendly, and will also put money in the hands of the farmers that produce this waste and even households that produce this waste. So it's a win-win situation. You preserve your, what do you call it, your waste, and then they come and collect it and give you money, and then they turn the waste into something, that you again as a farmer is going to use to produce more food for us, to make sure that there's food security in the country. We're so happy having Ruth on the show this afternoon. Ruth, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time and the secrets that you shared with us. There's a secret for every success. So you have let out some of the secrets that made you a success at the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge. And I'm sure that a whole lot of young people that joined us on the show this afternoon, they have learned from you. And I'm happy for these lessons that they are going home with. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to call we're going to call it short for the day. Next, I don't know. I think this will be the last edition for the year. When we come back next year, we're going to feature the other winners, the fourth, the fifth, and the others, even our resource persons and the partners, to also share with us the amazing testimonies that they have, why and the contribution they made to ensure that the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge this year was a success. It's been a pleasure talking with you, Ruth. Is there any last word you have for your people before we call it short?
Okay, I want to say a very big thank you to Honorable Ugwumba Uchenwosu for a platform such as the Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge and the Ugwumba Center for Leadership. I want to thank him so much for partnering with Dr. Linus Okorie after the Enterprise Challenge to get us into that highly paid section that we even had Brain Tracy talking to us. Something I would not want to use my 500,000 to pay for, but he gave it to us on a platter of gold as an extra. That section was a plus. I want to say thank you to Dr. Linus Okorie and Honorable Ugwumba Enterprise for spending an extra 50,000 or 45,000. I don't know how much dollars is right now, but it was $100 on it. I really appreciate you, Saremi. You are like a big brother to all of us and a friend. Even people that are lost are still coming to Saremi to cry, and he still has to pamper them and tell them you can do better. We don't get that fatherly presence in every competition we go to. I'm saying thank you so much, sir. And the team, Boss Gist and every other person in the team, you all are amazing people. Thank you for giving us audience anytime we come around. And thank you for giving us a platform. Where as long as we are living, we always testify about Ugwumba Enterprise Challenge and Ugwumba Center of Leadership as a platform that is making a difference in Nigeria. And I am so happy. Every entrepreneur out there, you can make it if you want to. That's the advice. If you want to, you can get better. You can make it if you want to. You may not win Ugwumba. There are 101 other enterprise challenges out there. Myself, I'm only starting up too. And you too, you can win even more than 500,000. You can win 10 million. You can win any challenge. Just build capacity around yourself. Believe in what you're doing. Believe in your dream. Don't let anybody shut you out or shut you down. Grow in the process and don't just try to jump fences. And one day you'll be celebrated even more than I am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm happy for Ruth Ede and what the words you are sharing with your colleagues out there this afternoon. I'm happy that Nigerian news that are watching are also delighted. I'm privileged to be part of the show this afternoon. Thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you so much, our listeners. And I'm sure that when we announce another edition, I'm sure you will join us again to listen and to learn from our winners and our partners. Thank you so much on behalf of my boss, Ugwumba Enterprise. I want to thank all of you for being part of the show this afternoon. And this is where we call it a day. And thank you and Merry Christmas in advance, Ruth. Merry Christmas in advance, and to all of you out there watching, Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.